All systems go. Clear for liftoff.
Welcome back to another episode of PGA Showdown. First of all, I need to apologize for saying it was Saturday like 4 times on the stream yesterday. Just off. It was a long day. The players are sweaty. You saw me sweating the Russell Henley bogey on 18. Just everything was going down. I was sweating the cut. I was like, yeah, it's going to be a fun Saturday night, a fun whatever. And I said it like multiple times, and it was in fact Friday. But it is Saturday today. So we have round 4 showdown to talk about, round 3 PGA to talk about today, recap the round, address this comment, shout out Ice Nine Kills. That is a great song. Listen to that one if you have not listened to that one. So let's talk round 3. See what happened. I'm going to share my screen. We had 4 guys shoot a round of 5 under or better. Bob Mack, Sudarshan, Michael Thorbs, Scotty Scheffler. Clap it up. We'll clap it up. We didn't have the greatest slate plan in the world, but that's 2 straight days. We had the round of the day in the slate plan. We played Bob Mack yesterday. We played Ludwig on Friday, we played Bob Mack today, Ludwig on Friday. So definitely, I know a few people made a few bucks on that. But what did these guys do differently than the rest of the field? What did these guys do differently than Thursday or Friday's round to score those 5 under, 6 under, 7 under rounds in some difficult scoring conditions today? So Bobby Mack was heavy driving accuracy plus some short game. Sudarshan was solid driving accuracy plus approach. Michael Thorbjornsen was pure approach. And Scotty Scheffler was driving accuracy plus short game. That is what we were looking for in round 3. I remember on the stream last night, we were like, I think it's going to firm up a little bit, lead to some more driving accuracy guys, leading to success. That was the case in round 3. You needed to be hitting the fairway in order to have any chance of scoring. The scoring was about a half stroke under par, and that was, I guess, technically easier than Monday or than Thursday and Friday. But that also means there's better players in the field. There's no one shooting 81 and making the scoring average crazy in round 3. And there's obviously less guys to choose from, and it's the guys that made the cut, so they are better. But I will say the golf course probably was a little bit tougher today than it was maybe on Thursday and Friday. Maybe there was a few moments where it was easier on Thursday and Friday, but it showed some teeth, at least from what I saw, what the stats showed, what the top guys did, what a few of the top guys did. We saw some guys melt coming in on 18 and whatever holes that it was. I mean, what Cam Young did after getting close, what Matt Fates did after getting close, what Ludwig did on 18 after like having it would have been a 4-shot lead going into the weekend. Now it's just a 3-shot lead. The nerves are showing. The greens are firming up. I saw a lot of guys putting like 6 feet for par, 7 feet for par all day after having like a 30-foot birdie putt. So it was tough, but that is how these 4 guys did it. Bob Mack, Sudarshan, Mike Thorbs, and Scythe. Talking about the wave split, there wasn't much of a wave split, but remember what I said yesterday? There was a way where these guys going out from like 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock could have a nice round. Scotty Scheffler, 9:25 today. Bob Mack, 10:15. Sudarshan, 9:35. So the rounds of the day all did come from the morning, even though the wave split wasn't anything crazy. It was 0.4 in the morning, 0.6 in the afternoon. Technically, it was easier in the afternoon, but the rounds of the day did come from that early 2-hour window, which we looked at yesterday. I was like, oh, we might have a window of scoring there. And if you were able to put those 2 guys together, hopefully it worked for you. So I'm here to talk about a little bit of what we're looking for tomorrow, not give out the picks and plays as always. There's to be a few picks and plays, but the process, the stats we're looking for, and just how to potentially cash a few lineups in Showdown. Let's look at the weather for tomorrow. I'm going to bring my screen up, as always, using windy.com. Looking at the weather tomorrow, got to scroll a little bit. Nothing overly wave splitty. Hold on. Where did I just go? I feel like I messed the weather up for a second. Bear with me for 1 second. Why is it doing that now? Usually the daytime is like lighter, whatever. There's nothing glaringly crazy about Sunday's weather. The only thing that's crazy is about 2 p.m., 4 p.m., we could get a few drops. We could get a few weather droplets from that 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Window. Hoping there's not a delay around 2 p.m. They didn't necessarily move the tee times up. So today they went off at 8:15. Tomorrow they are going off at 7. So they did move them up a little bit, but nothing crazy. Like the leaders are going off at 1:40, and if the lightning's supposed to come at 2 o'clock, like if there is a delay, I would be kind of upset because that's going to make this guy's path a lot easier. Because if he goes out at any time, even Monday morning, let's see. Let's look at Monday morning actually, because if he goes out, Monday morning doesn't look great either. Actually, Monday morning looks horrible. So with that being said, there is a real spot for these leaders to play in some tough conditions. If there's lightning, if there's a little bit of rain, it's gusting up to 20 in the afternoon when they're trying to close out a round. There's a world where Ludwig, where Thorbs is playing in some tough conditions on Sunday afternoon or even Monday morning. Oh, that's what happened. I went to the water. Let me just make sure everything is crazy. Make sure everything is dialed because I went with the water when I changed it, when I accidentally hit the wrong button. But I believe it's very similar to what we are looking for. Let's just redial that in. So yeah, 2 p.m., 1 p.m., even 1 p.m. 20, it's even worse. 20-mile-an-hour gusts, a little bit of lightning at 1 p.m. potentially. Then Monday morning looks a mess. So that's the exact same thing I just said. We weren't in the water as I accidentally clicked right here. But there's a real world where these leaders have to play in some tough conditions. But we have to ask ourselves, is it easy enough in the morning for the guys to chase and make birdies to outweigh the finishing position points? Usually, at least the last few weeks we've been doing this, I would say, yeah. Like we see guys backdoor top 10s every single week. We see guys backdoor top 5s every single week. Is that going to be the case tomorrow? I'm going to say no, because with the golf course still being firm, with there being no rain tonight, no rain tomorrow morning, it's going to dry up even more. There's going to be some windy gust in the morning. It's going to be even firmer. If you're in the fairway, you're going to be able to have a chance to score, but you're not going to be. I don't think we're going to see like a 7 under round tomorrow. I really, really do not. So I do think the finishing position points are going to be more valuable than chasing a backdoor. So with that being said, I think it's going to be worth it to play some of that chalk towards the top, like the guys who are in the top 10 already, because I think there's going to be a higher rate of guys staying in the top 10 than a normal rate of guys backdooring a top 10. I know some guys can make bogeys in difficult conditions, but with that being said, a bogey hurts less than a birdie helps. So I think there's going to be less birdies and a few more bogeys. But if you know what I'm saying, bogeys are going to be okay. There's not going to be any birdies really to backdoor that top 10. What I'm saying is I think eating the chalk inside the top 10 is worth it, and you don't have to chase those chasers in round 4 like we usually do. And I'll go through the round 4 scoring and contest selection right now. First, with the contest selection, we have 100K up top in the 555. If you want to put in what's 18 times 555, 18 times 555 equals, if you want to put in 10 racks, I think there's a real good chance you could win 100 racks. I really do think there is. Am I going to do that? No. I mean, I do this a lot, but I don't have the bandwidth to be dishing out that. But there's only 600 people in this field. And not everyone's going to max under that, obviously. Obviously. I mean, you could put in one lineup, 2 lineups. There's a real world. You only have to be 600 people to win 100K tomorrow, especially if you're doing the right weather stacks, which I think could be the case this week. The best $5 contest this week or tomorrow again is the 7.5K caddy. $5 can win you $750, probably not, but 10th place gets 10% of first place, which is what I am always looking for, what we are always looking for. And looking at some of the payout, the contest rules. So first place, 13 points. 10th place, 5.5 points. A birdie, 5.75 points. I don't think there's going to be enough birdies to outweigh these tournament finishing position points. Usually I say that there is. Usually I think that backdooring a top 10 is better than staying inside the top 10. But I think staying inside the top 10 is going to be a little bit more valuable tomorrow. Make your pars move along and just keep that top 10 finish. And then as always, this $55 max I love as well. There's one more contest I wanted to touch on. Oh, it was the $250 4 max. This one is 60K par 4. It is a 4 entry max. First place pays 10K. 10th place pays 1K. You only have to beat, so say your max entering that, 266 divided by 4. 66 people. Not everyone's going to enter all 4 lineups. A real chance for some overlay. I like that contest a lot. So next thing we want to talk about is some of the tools. Some of the tools, how are we going to use these tools to get better, to make some hay? First thing you're going to want to do is look at the showdown projections. As you can see, the screen is blank because round 3 is over. These round 4 showdowns should be up. Yesterday, they were up. Well, this is updated this is today at 7:35. Clearly, nothing is up. So give it an hour or so. These will be up. As always, use that code in the it's actually in the description, or you just use code BOOTS. I don't know how much longer I can say this, but Tambo did tell me it's not going to be I can't give out any more free weeks or much more free weeks. You can still get it for free, and I will be at Innisbrook in Tampa next week for Boots Valspar. So if you join today, you'll get Valspar for free. Use these showdown projections to build your player pool. Use the stone to build your player pool. Not only was Bob Mack in my slate plan yesterday, Bob Mack was a high leverage, highlighted play, just blatantly highlighted for you guys. You didn't have to do any work. You could easily have landed on Bob Mack, shot the lowest round of the day today at projected 5% ownership. I'm not sure exactly what he came in, but he was definitely sub 10. So use these tools. Go over to the site. PGA, if you want the optimizer, use this plus optimizer. If you just want the content, if you want every single sport, all access plus optimizer, use code BOOTS, 10% off, plus a free week trial. Try it out. There's other sports going on. I know nothing about the other sports. I know G. So come join us for the golf. Come join us for every sport if you want to. Use code BOOTS. Now it's time to look at some of the stats, look at some of the players we are going to be looking at for round 4, look at some glaring weaknesses, look at some stuff that we can lead on to some round 4 guys. What I am looking for in round 4 is more driving accuracy. I know it's been the first 2 days where we're like, all right, all around ball striking. I'm looking for some guys who are hitting the driver straight, who can have some chances to make pars and have a few chances to make birdies, because I don't think there's going to be a ton of really low rounds tomorrow, but playing out of the fairway is going to be a great way to avoid bogeys and go on from there. So we can use our special tool at Data Golf. I'll bring the screen up. You're going to go over here, hit show player types, and bang. Over here, it populates to the L and the A. We're looking for the A guys. A is for accurate. L is for long. I was going to say something funny, but I didn't know what I was going to say, or something stupid. L is for long. A is for accurate. Can you be long and accurate? Sure. But I think these guys who are hitting fairways have a real chance to make some hay. Victor Hovland is finally hitting some damn fairways. He's 8 under, had a gritty 3 under round today. He's just 5 strokes back. Victor Hovland is not too far back to win this golf tournament. Ludwig could play in some difficult conditions. And I love this Victor stat line. He's about even off the tee, but he's very accurate. He has so much ceiling off the tee. He has so much approach ceiling. He's chipping great, which he usually doesn't chip, and he's putting fine. I think Victor has so much room to pop, and potentially like a 5 under round could win this golf tournament. And he has more than enough capability to do that. Some more accurate guys. Corey Connors not doing anything too much off the tee. He's not doing anything in the short game. This is perfect for Corey Connors. This is literally the perfect Corey Connors stat line to have a pop round. Like he's doing what he does well, hitting accurate drives, popping on approach, and doing nothing in the short game. This is where you want Corey Connors with a little bit of room. If he has 1+1 putting round, Corey Connors can mint for a 4 under round. So I love him for that. Some more accurate guys. Austin Smotherman. I don't know if I love Austin Smotherman in some difficult firm conditions, but he has a nice stat line. He's driving it really well. His approach plays really well, and he's putting like shit. We know Smoke can get a little bit hot on the greens. He's generally a bad putter, but we saw what he did in Florida, 2 weeks ago at the Cognizant. So I don't mind that. Sepp had a really weak end of Saturday and a really weak today, but the stat line is there. Sepp is gaining a half stroke off the tee, gaining a half stroke on approach, about even around the green, and 1 putting. He has so much room to pop. He's not doing anything glaringly amazing. He has so much room to pop in the right way. So those are a few guys that I'm looking for. That's going to lead me to the one golfer that I'm on. I know I forgot to do this yesterday, and it was Tommy and hand up. Not the best play. But one golfer that I am on for tomorrow. You're not gonna like this. He goes by the name of Rory McIlroy. You can boo me. You can say whatever the hell you want. But Rory McIlroy is driving it really well. Rory McIlroy is T41 in driving accuracy. That's better than he was last year when he won the Players' Championship, at least close to it. But he's just putting like shit. He's simply just putting like shit. I know he had the back injury, but we saw Scotty rebound today. We saw Scotty have one of the rounds of the day. Is Rory going to be shut out for 4 straight days? If he is, be my guest. But I'm not. I'm going to go out trying with a low-owned Rory McIlroy. We know what it is with Rory. We saw what he did in round 4 at Pebble Beach. Like if he birdies, if he's 2 under through 3, if he's 1 under through 2, we know it goes into gear. It's high risk because if he's 1 over through 3, he's going to pack it in. But Rory McIlroy at what, 14%, maybe around. I'm going to say he's probably around there in when the leaders could go out in some tough conditions. If he gets off to that hot start, Rory could be off to the races. So Rory McIlroy is the one guy I'm on. He hasn't had that pop round yet, this players. And is he going to really just have 4 straight weak rounds? Maybe, but I'm going to give him a shot for sure. Sometimes we go with these low end guys. Yesterday we went to Tommy, 2 high end guys, but that's one golfer I am on. I guess I'll go with find a few more players, a few more glaring weaknesses, but this is not just my job. I'm not here to give you plays. I'm here to talk you through the process. Also love Russell Henley. Like, look at Russell Henley's stat line. He's not doing too much off the tee. He's not doing too much on approach. He's not doing too much around the green. He's not doing too much with the putter. We know Russell Henley can pop on the greens. We know Russell Henley can pop on approach. He does not. He's only gaining a stroke and a half on approach, only gaining 0.5, 0.36 on the greens. He has so much room to improve. So use data golf, find accurate golfers, find guys who are around that T10 to T20 ratio. I don't want to go with too many chasers. Truly, I don't want to go too many chasers, but you're going to have to, I guess, to build out a lineup. That's the strategy we're taking, guys. That is round 4 showdown. The song of the day, as always, is going to be Noises and Kisses by the U's. You know where to find, because I'm wearing a U shirt. That's why I gave this song, but it's a banger. You guys know where to find the playlist. You guys know where to find me if you have any questions. As always, let's ship it, and I'll catch you guys Monday. Peace out.